Rolling on YouTube as well. All right, here we go. The camera's back up and rolling. All right, here we go. Let's get the summary here. Wallys 15 at 5p. Episode 12. Boom. Hit it, B. Hit it, biatch. 3, 2, 1. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. And we are live! Yes, we are live! Welcome to Wallys 15 at 5 p.m. Episode number 12. Welcome to the show. The only show you really need to listen to the entire day here in San Antonio. The rest is crap. All right, let's get it underway here. You get interactive. You can make your point. Get your suggestions out there. Tell me how wrong I am. Whatever. Put something out there. Let me see you. We're broadcasting on Facebook Live. It's all brought to you by David Fowler Insurance, #1 Allstate agent, and all of freaking San Antonio. My goodness, 257-0117. Call him, damn it. You can tweet the show as well at SA Radio Boy. Take part in a poll question of the day. Will the Spurs cover the 3.5-point spread tonight in Charlotte? Yes or no? There's a reason why I'm asking that question, because if you haven't heard the news, I'm going to tell you in just a second. Hang tight. Big San Antonio Spurs news today. Our opening segment, however, is brought to you by Wallys Deli Food Truck, one of the highest rated food trucks in all of San Antonio. Sorry about the sun over there. Here, I'll put my finger on there. If you're a commercial property, if you have an event coming up, in fact, got a big event coming up at West Creek Community in 2 weekends on the 14th. Be up there with the food truck all Saturday afternoon from 4 to 11. It's going to be a big deal up there. Big deal. Games, food, music, all that kind of stuff at West Creek on Military Highway right outside of 1604. Contact me today if you're interested. saradioboy@gmail.com. saradioboy@gmail.com. Let's get to topic number 1. Tim Duncan will make his head coaching starting debut tonight. Tim Duncan has the reins tonight for your San Antonio Spurs. Pop has apparently personal business to take care of today, per the Spurs release this afternoon. Here's the thing, though. The game is in Charlotte tonight. It's just an hour and a half away from the campus of Wake Forest. So if Tim Duncan was going to make his NBA head coaching debut, and I know he got thrown out of the game and he got the reins there, but this is really his head coaching debut. No, obviously. This would be the time to do it. And that's the key, the time to do it. Here he is. He's just down the road from his alma mater. And it makes you think immediately, hey, wait a minute. Why is Tim Duncan coaching tonight? Won't he get an opportunity to do this somewhere else? Well, maybe not. So that kind of makes you think, it kind of speculates, hey, maybe this is Tim Duncan's only chance to be a head coach of the Spurs down the street from his alma mater. Make sense? It could be because nobody expects Tim Duncan to stay on the staff another year. Nobody. This was this was a favor to Greg Popovich because Pop was stuck in a hole there. He didn't have any assistant coaches to go to. It was a little late thing, and Tim Duncan helped him out. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe that's the truth. Who knows? But could it also mean that this is the final season for Greg Popovich because this will be his only chance to do this? So that's all. It's all for speculation. You could certainly see where I think probably the more correct thing there would be that this is Tim Duncan's only chance because he's not going to be on the bench next season. There's a better chance that Pop coaches past the season than there is Tim Duncan coaching past the season. So this is the only trip to Charlotte. Greg Popovich is doing Tim Duncan a big old favor. Yes, you can coach the team. I'll step out for personal business. That's the way it looks to me. This is a game which was really going to be a game that you would sit in DVR and watch tomorrow at some point. This has now become a must-watch. Starts at 6 o'clock, so be wary of that. It's an early start time. It's on the road in Charlotte. So an interesting twitch tonight for your San Antonio Spurs. I got more stuff on the coaching situation for the Spurs, though. I'll get to that in just a second. So that's what you got today. Tim Duncan basically makes his head coaching debut in the NBA tonight. He'll be on the bench. He'll be running the team tonight. Him and Will Hardy and Becky and whoever else is on that bench will be running the team tonight in Charlotte against the Hornets. So a very interesting night for your San Antonio Spurs. Topic number 2, and I tweeted this out earlier today. This is off the sports thing. One of the best lines to me in rock and roll history is, oh no, not that line. One of the best lines in rock and roll history comes to you courtesy of Led Zeppelin, lead singer Robert Plant. The song is the Rain Song, and it is when, at the end of the song, when, and I'll try to do this as much justice as I can, when Robert Plant says, "Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah." To me, one of the best lines in rock and roll history. Anybody got any others? Anybody got one of the best lines? I also do like, and I think it's chic, where the line in the song is, "Clams on the half shell and roller skates." Roller skates. Love that line. One of my 2 favorite lines in music history. All right, so there's that. All right, Bill Self said in an interview there is absolutely no truth to the rumor that he'll be the next head coach of the San Antonio Spurs. How about that? Self and R.C. Buford, if you did not know, are best buds. In fact, they were in each other's wedding parties. I don't know if they were best mans or not. I don't know. But they were so close that they were in each other's weddings. He said the subject has never even been discussed between the 2 parties, R.C. and Bill Self. So that lends it the question, who's going to be the next head coach of the Spurs? It's not going to be Tim Duncan, because you get the feeling tonight this is the only opportunity he's going to get a chance to coach, right near Wake Forest. There's a lot of symbolism there, obviously. So to me, this to me tells me that Tim Duncan, this is his only season on the bench for the San Antonio Spurs. That's the way I see it. Greg Popovich going to be Team USA head coach, so he's not going anywhere. I wouldn't. Again, as I said before, Tim Duncan leaves the bench before Greg Popovich does. That's the way I see that. So who's the next head coach? Is it going to be Becky Hammon? Is it going to be, Will Hardy? Is it going to be somebody is it going to be Coach Bud at some point? I got no idea. You put a gun to my head, you're going to have to pull the trigger because I can't give you an answer. I got no idea who'll be the next head coach of the Spurs. All right, topic number 4. And this doesn't irritate me a lot, but it just kind of bothered me a little bit. Did you see the video of the Jackson State game manager or team manager, whatever the hell they want to call him? He gets into the game last night, and he hits a 3, and people went bananas on Twitter. Oh, it's a great story. It's a great story. Are you kidding me? What's so great about this story? I don't get it. The real story is here that they actually found a uniform big enough to fit this guy. The guy's enormous. And I don't mean enormous this way. I mean enormous this way. He looked like the Pillsbury Doughboy, the Michelin Man. What was the story? He shot a Steph Curry length 3-pointer. I get it. But people went bananas, unless, and listen, I'll apologize for this later if it turns out unless he has a learning deficiency or something along those lines, this isn't one of those stories. This is just an overweight team manager gets into the game and they found a uniform that was big enough to fit him. And people went crazy over this. I didn't get it. Finally, topic number 5, Coach K said yesterday, hey, listen, you want to be critical of me? Come into Cameron and look up at the ceiling. Go check out the banners, buddy boy. That's good stuff from Coach K. And you know what? Greg Popovich, with all the crap he's taken from Spurs fans this year, he should come out and say the same thing. I'd like somebody to ask. Too bad Pop isn't going to talk tonight. It'll be interesting to see if Tim Duncan does the pregame and postgame tonight. But it'd be interesting to ask Greg Popovich, hey, Pop, and I don't know if I don't go to the news conferences anymore, but I would ask Pop, hey,